to the madness. It is Tuesday. Okay, so I did get a lot accomplished yesterday. First of all, I went to work. I took all my orders were ready, and I got them all delivered. Headed back to the shop. Got to the shop at 1:50, and there were no more deliveries. So I stood around for 10 minutes and was able to go home, which was very exciting. Got home. Me and John did the Flosstube right away. While we were doing the Flosstube, we had the sprinkler on the babies. So, because oh my god, it is so hot. It is 9:41 and it is 84 degrees out here. I'm kind of curious to go look and see how much the real feel is. Well, I will after I get off here. I can't do the same thing. I can't record and look on my phone. So, we're supposed to get to 97 today. So after we were done with the Flosstube, we turned off the sprinkler, and then I started to just water them like normal. John's pumpkins are doing great. The potatoes aren't sprouting. It's making me so frustrated. But the 2 buckets of potatoes that we planted already, we have little roots in there. We see the little sprouts coming out. So that's good. The potatoes now have teeny little eyes. I told John, I said, I'm giving it 2 more days. And they were just planting these potatoes. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This just means that we can't harvest them until like probably October, which is fine. Yeah, so after we watered everything, came in the house, and oh my god, we were exhausted, and we were hot. It was so hot. So, what the heck, dude? There's no one in front of you. So me and John were like, let's just go take a nap. So I took a nap and then got up to eat dinner, and then I worked on Mill Hill for 200 stitches, and then went to the bedroom and I did 200 stitches into I don't know what you're doing. People, I swear. 200 stitches into Sweet Summer Vibes. Yeah, so it was a good night. 400 stitches, I'm happy with that. Didn't get to the fabric, and I didn't feel like working on the temperature tree. Not temperature tree, temperature houses. I really hate temperature things. I am going to, before July 1st, it will be caught up. I promise. I just didn't feel like it. Especially, I was doing a Mill Hill, so I had to manually count. And I really didn't feel like manually counting on a temperature house last night. I gotta get the printer out of Becca's room and figure out how to scan things in, because I like that markup. You can actually what's the words? It counts your stitches. So, yeah. just a little annoying that you have to go figure out, you gotta click to go see how many stitches, unlike Pattern Keeper where it's right there. If they could just put that on the top page, that would be cool. But I'm not I'm not complaining. I just need to learn how to scan. Okay, well, we're here. There's nothing else to talk about. Tonight I'm hoping to get temperature, chart, house, and the fabric softener. Oh, God. And the fabric sorted. Okay, hello. It is Wednesday. Oh, yesterday it was so freaking hot, I couldn't stand it. The heat index got up to 108 degrees. It was like, what the heck? And the humidity was 69. It's been 69 all freaking week. It's like, stop. So right now it's 9 o'clock and it's 81 degrees out here. I didn't go on the weather to see what the real feel felt like. I never can say that in a flowing sentence. The real feel felt like. There we go. Yeah, so I got home yesterday and I went straight to my bedroom because I got home and John had the curtains open. And it's like, why do you have the curtains open? It just heats up the house. He had the front and the back curtains open. So I shut all the curtains and I told him, you can't. After 1 o'clock, when it's this hot, you can't have these curtains open. The sun is beating in the house and it's heating it up. Now, thank goodness, what was it, 2-3 years ago, we got it from Amazon. It's like this film that you put over your windows. So when people look in, it looks like they're looking at a mirror glass. But on the other side, we could see out, no problem. So we put that up, and oh my God, it has made a world of difference. But in this kind of heat, you still have to keep those curtains closed because it's awful. So the last couple of days too, it's like when we turn on our bedroom light, Becca's bedroom light, and the bathroom light. I knew there was one more room. It wasn't the kitchen or the living room. It seemed very dim. And I was like, oh, well, this is weird, So me and John, and the one day words, stop stammering. We were doing a load of clothes, and every time how it spins and then it goes to its different cycles, the lights would like go, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? So yesterday, I got home, went right into my bedroom, started working on temperature house. I have, what is it, March done? No. I did March the other day. I did April. So I got April all done. And then I was going to start to work on the roofs. And I was just over it. I was hot. But the thing that I noticed, and me and John were talking too, he's like, it seems like the fans are going real slow. And I had just cleaned the one fan the other day, and I haven't got into the other fans yet to clean them. Excuse me. I told him maybe it's because I haven't cleaned them yet, Maybe when I clean them, they go a little faster. So I was listening to a book. So, I'm sitting sitting there stitching, listening to a book, and I'm looking at the fan. I'm like, no, that's going way too slow. So, I'm just stitching away. And then all of a sudden, the fan started going faster. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And it ran fast for about, 5-10 minutes. And then it went back to slow. I was like, okay. So it's not a brownout. Because a brownout, your fan blades will just barely go around. And of course it's not a blackout. That's when you have no. So what is the next thing? A yellow out? I don't know. But you can definitely tell that the power has been compromised. Is the best way I can explain it. So we decided to turn off everything that we're, not using. So after I finished my book, then everyone's been telling me to watch Bridgerton. And when Katie and Jonathan were here this weekend, Katie asked me, have I been watching Bridgerton? I'm like, I haven't started it yet. She's like, oh my God, you have to start it. And then I can't remember what she said. After season 2, then I need to watch something else and then watch season 3. But I can't remember what that something else is. And trust me, when I get almost halfway into season 2, I'll text her and say, hey, what was that other one? But I have one more episode left of the first season, which I should have just come home and just watched that instead of listening to my book, because I stayed up till 3:30. Yeah, so I'm quite tired. I got up at 8. Well, my first alarm went off at 8. I got up at 8:20 because I have an early today, so yay. But yeah, 200 stitches. And in this kind of heat, I'm kind of proud of that 200 stitches, because having that light on, which I should just get my headlamp, my neck lamp, I don't know what you would call it, and try that out, because oh my God, it's just too hot to have that lamp on. And that's the reason I bought this neck light, was for when it was too hot. But my thing is I'm wondering if it's going to be too hot just to have around my neck. It's miserable. If the humidity wasn't as high, I could do this all day long. But you've got these temperatures. Now it's 86 degrees. I don't remember what it was when I started. I think it was like 82. I don't know. So that's my complaint. Okay. Tonight's goal is to work on the fabric. That was yesterday's goal, but I never got to it. So we will see what happens. See you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hello! It is Friday. I forgot to do a clip yesterday. I was talking to John on the ride in. And see, that's why I do it right when I leave my driveway. Because if I don't do it, I will forget. And then, yeah, I had earlies this morning, so you got a different view. Yay! I know some of you really hate that I only do it when I drive in, but if I don't do it then, I forget what I wanted to talk about, or I just forget to do the clip at all. Ooh, I need to slow down. This turns into a 35 right up here, and I was doing 50. So, Thursday, what did I do? Work has been so slow, but it's good that it's been slow because I have gotten so much stuff done, not cross stitching, but organizing. So Wednesday when I got home from work. I got home at like, I want to say probably it was like 2:30. So Danielle was talking about how she does the diamond painting. I forgot what weekend it is, but one weekend a month she does diamond painting. And so we were talking, and I don't know what inspired me, but I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to start participating in the diamond painting Zoom. I mean, I would cross stitch in there, but I think I'm actually going to start diamond painting again. And I told her, I said, the only thing is I can't do it for the whole weekend because it really hurts my wrist. After a while, my wrist starts to hurt. And then we go into, I can't cross stitch, I can't do nothing. So I'm going to limit myself. And to be able to do that, I really need to diamond paint in my craft room. So I came home and Becca built me this shelving unit, and I was able to move everything around and made it more functional and made me want to actually be back there because it was just a little too claustrophobic. So I used to have these what is it? They're plastic drawer bins. Well, I had two of them stacked on top of each other, which John has two of them stacked on top of each other, and that's where I have my cart of all my finishing stuff and stuff I need to finish, which that doesn't make me claustrophobic. But I had one behind me, and it just, I don't know, I just didn't like how it was. Oh my goodness. So Becca built me this shelf because I wanted to bring my laptop and the printer back there so I can do my own hard cards, and I needed to be able to scan in patterns so I could use it on markup because I am liking markup. Now all my PDFs are going on Pattern Keeper because there's nothing like Pattern Keeper. But markup will help me do my other paper patterns. Well, if I can figure how to scan in. I haven't tried it yet. I tried taking a picture and I don't like how that works. So I'm going to play around with it and try to get it to work. Or maybe scan it in, then I'll be able to use it on Pattern Keeper. I don't know. But I wanted to have my computer and the printer set up so I could use them. And then Becca taught me how to do the hard cards, so now I don't have to ask her to do the hard cards. I don't have to ask Becca to do anything for my cross-stitching anymore, which is very freeing. She hated doing it, but she didn't want to teach me how to do it. It was, we would butt heads all the time. And now she's got her own friends and she's in a relationship, so it's just easier that I don't have to wait on people because I really hate waiting on people. When I want to do something, it's like, okay, let's go do this right now. And I do it. So I got that all done. It took me about 4 hours, but it's so nice back there. So then, after we ate dinner, then I put 200 stitches into corn. Corn is getting done this weekend. Well, before my next Flosstube, because I don't know if I'll actually be able to get it done this weekend. I would really like to get it done on Sunday. So, sorry, I get out of here. And all I want to do is yawn. So then, yesterday, yesterday, again, it was slow. I was home by 2:30 again. Not even 2:30. It was like, oh wait. Now I can't remember. Yes, I got home at 2:30. Well, it was a little closer to 3, but it was okay. Because Becca, I'm really confused. Maybe I got home. What doesn't matter? It really doesn't matter. So right when I got home, I went into the craft room and I ironed all of my fabric that Becca dyed for me, and I measured it and put it in a bag. So what I do is Shalene showed these bags, and I absolutely love them. It's what I use for my hard cards and for my fabric. So it's like these plastic bags. Well, if you ever seen a Flosstube, you know I hold it up. But I got the smaller ones for my fabric. And I take an address label and I put it on the front and I measure the fabric, and then I put like 7 by 12 or whatever size it is. And then now I got the hiccups. And then I put them in order by the lowest number to the highest. So if there's like 7 by 10, 7 by 11, 7 by 12, I can just flip through. So when I'm pulling for fabric, it's a lot easier because it's all freaking organized. So last night, I got that all organized and put away. And then me and John fully finished 4 pieces. And then we figured out how we want to fully finish some other things. He's going to use, I think he called it chipboard. Back in the day when you got bookcases or those cubes. Well, probably not the cubes, because I don't think the cubes were, you ever got the good chipboard for the back so your books wouldn't fall through. It was just this, it's a thick board, but not thick. I don't know how to describe it. It's sturdy. I guess that's what I want to say. It's sturdy enough, but it actually has a little, if you were like to hold it, you could like wiggle it. It's not like stiff as a board, but it's stiff. That's the best way I can explain it. So, there's a couple of pieces that we're gonna do chipboard for the fully finishing. I'm not doing glass in a frame. It's gonna look really cool because they're not gonna be up all the time. So I'm not worried about it. Yeah, so we have those plans. We're gonna start doing that next week. And yeah, so my list is getting done. This weekend too, I want to, before Monday, I want to have corn done, and I want to have all of my patterns organized, and I'm going to print out all of the hard cards that the things I want to start. All my Christmas ones I want to start, and then I'm actually going to do all the other ones, excuse me, that I want to start this year, because there's quite a few of Halloween that I'm going to start in September, and then there's just a lot of new starts I want to do, but I'm not doing. John goes, oh, you're going to do another 50 and 50 for the 50? I'm like, 50 for the 50 was 50 because I was turning 50. I'm not going to do 50 for the 51 or 51st. And he's like, oh, I didn't understand what that was all about. I'm like, oh my God. Because you don't listen to me. That's what I want to scream. You don't listen to me. But he was so helpful yesterday. And he actually was listening to how I wanted to finish things. So it's fun finishing things with him when he understands how I want it done. When he gets it in his mind, how he wants to do it, it's like, no. Sorry, I needed to take a drink. So yeah, that's basically it. I do want to get the corn. I think I have I think now it's probably 2,000 stitches left. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I can't remember how many I started out with. So I could really do 500 today, 1,000 tomorrow, and then 500 plus whatever it is on Sunday. I think that's what my goal is going to be. Because I can do, on Saturdays, I can do 1,000 stitches easily. It's just Sunday where I used to be able to do 1,000 stitches, but I clean the house and I do laundry and I do my planner and I don't know. I think too in my head it's I keep telling myself, you need to just relax, it's Sunday. But then I'm like, but you need to stitch. Your numbers suck. I don't know. It's just frustrating. But and another thing, I think we're going to do it Monday though. Or maybe, I don't know. My potatoes are ready to plant a month later. Almost 2 months later. Oh my God, I'm 2 months late on planted them. Last year I planted them the last week of April. It's okay. It's going to be okay. So, okay, I'm going to get off of here. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Let me know what you're working on. What did you do? Did you play in your garden? Oh, one good thing though. My corn has survived. We had awful storms the last 3 nights. I mean, the one night I was like, I told John, I said, my corn's probably dead. My corn is probably all broken and laying on the ground because the rain was coming in sideways. It was awful, and lightning and thunder, and it was we're gonna have a tornado because it was scary weather. The sky was green before the lightning and thunder started happening. It was just the wind was so bad. But no, everything survived. My tomatoes in the back have finally realized that they need to grow. The ones in the front look absolutely beautiful, stunning. The ones in the back was so bad. And I'm scared because the one greenhouse is being covered by clovers. I don't know if clovers are bad for vegetables or not. But there's no way I'm getting on my hands and knees. And no, there's no way. It is so many clovers. So if you know anything about that, tell me down there. The one has weeds in it, which we need to weed it. It has some grass. But the funny thing, the grass is nowhere near the vegetables. So it's I need to pull it because then that whole thing will turn to grass, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm new at gardening, so I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I learned some of my mistakes from last year. We're watering, we're fertilizing, or whatever, miracle growing. Is that fertilizing? I think it is. The tomatoes in the front yard is just And John cannot stop saying, look how good the tomatoes in the front. The front is always still so good with the tomatoes. I'm like, yes, John. But last year we didn't do... Well, last year I did tomatoes in the back, but I did it in 5-gallon buckets. I do not recommend putting tomatoes in 5-gallon buckets. But I really think the storm is what affected that too. So I don't know. But this year they're in the ground, but they're not as big as the ones in the front. So who knows? Maybe we'll have 2 crops of tomatoes. I don't know. And the peppers are doing great, which last year the peppers didn't do great. The herbs are doing great. I think the salad we planted too late. We're still watching that. So I don't know. But I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'm getting off of here. Bye, guys.